mentally and physically, I'm probably the least flexible person you'll ever meet. My shtick is to be sort of preachy and judgmental, and what's more preachy and judgmental than the Bible and religion? So it seemed like the right structure to apply to the book and the right tone to take, and it's I guess it's a little bit of a satire in that sense, but it's also it just gives it a tone. It gives it a kind of mock gravity that hopefully is entertaining. Oh, recumbent sighting. A recumbent sighting. Dual recumbent sighting, 2 for your money. I'm sort of parodying that attitude of bike snobbery and of obsessing over your bike and matching things and all of that. Because that's funny. That's one of the funniest things about riding bikes, is how carried away with that stuff people get. And I have that in me, you know. I like anyone who loves to ride bikes, I get carried away with that stuff too, but at the same time I think it's very entertaining.
So this is what we're talking about. This is Evan's new book, BikeSnob NYC, The Enlightened Cyclist. And all the things that we're talking about you can find out about in that book. So this is Hornby separated bike path. We're now on the infrastructure part of our ride.
Okay, yeah, it's a very nice bike path. There's not a lot of places you could kibitz like this on your bike in the middle of a city. Important part of being a tourist is taking crappy pictures of stuff that you can find beautiful pictures of easily anywhere. In my 20s, after college, when I started commuting to my first real job, you know, and rode my bike because I liked to ride my bike, and it was the fastest way to get to work, and so that's how I started. But in those days I was more into the racing, so I definitely had that mindset a lot of people have, where like, oh well, this isn't real riding, I'm just going to work. And then the real riding only counts when you're kitted out and you're putting in the miles, or you're racing or something like that. And it wasn't until I was a little older that went away.
What age did you?
Probably in my 30s, you know, I started to kind of realize that that commuting, practical riding is so enjoyable unto itself, and is a different thing, and something you can really integrate into your life in a way that you can't integrate recreational cycling. Recreational cycling, which I still do and love, but you got to make time for that. You got to put your life aside. You know, you have to leave your family and go off and find hours in the week to do, whereas you can ride a bike with your family together, or you can ride your bike to work, and you can get things done at the same time, and that's a great thing. I might do some stunt riding. Stunt riding. Oh yeah. Stunt riding. I have a son, he's almost 2.
What's your setup? How do you ride with a child?
I just throw him in my bag, and I have a surly big dummy, a long tail.
People have done that. So.
Hey, I do too, actually, but I have a surly big dummy and a long tail bike, much like sort of like the one that we're riding behind now, and it has a seat on it, and I take him around on that. I'm going to become a prop comic, I think. You know, like a prop comic, you know, like Gallagher. No tall bikes, no recumbents, no unicycles, no Bach feets. I would like a Bach feet, kind of, but what would I carry in my Bach feets? I would carry humans and groceries.
How much weight would you carry? Because, as you mentioned in the book, you thankfully quantified the smugness index.
Yeah.
How expensive your bike is divided by the weight of your...
Yeah, by the weight of your cargo. if I got a really fancy Bachfiets that was pretty expensive, I guess I might just keep cinder blocks in it a lot of the time, just as ballast, and then that might take care of me. So then when I take this giant thing to the store and buy like a 6-pack of beer and that's it, my smugness quotient will still be decent because I'll have the cinder blocks in there. Hey, air travel is not like, it's not the easiest thing in the world. This is where I complain about something I shouldn't complain. It's not like in the old days when you'd go up in the Zeppelin and everyone would have cocktails, and monocles, and air travel was classy. Now it's cavity searches. It's no good. I'm just very, very, very grateful that people enjoy the blog. And I mean, my favorite thing to hear from people is when people tell me, oh, your blog entertains me at work. It gets me through my job that I hate. And that, seriously, that's the greatest thing to hear, because I think we all know what it's like to have a job that you think is a drag, or to be stressed out at work, or whatever it is. And in fact, the reason I started my blog, or certainly one of the reasons, is because I had a job I didn't like, and it was an escape for me. So just to give people, even if they laugh once during their day, I figure that's an accomplishment.
The Enlightened Cyclist. We're here with Evan Weiss, aka BikeSnob NYC. Get this book. It'll make you laugh. It'll make your life and your job.
3D. 3D.
Give that back to me. I'm gonna have to get you to sign this. Yeah. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Stop sign.
Sign. Thanks for coming on a ride with us.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
All that you do.
My pleasure. And thank you guys. Are you allowed to ride on the sidewalk here?
No, we aren't.
Oh,
But,
there's someone in an authoritative looking vest too.
and there's a whole...
Oh, we're so screwed. I'm going to go to Canadian jail.